shouldn't I? Just got to do a bit of unscrewing once. Oh, we started. Oh, we're here. Hang on. Okay, got it. Got it. Good. It's not in the way anymore.
If you're going to buy an invisible microphone, you should buy an invisible stand as well, mate.
Actually, I'm actually using my invisible stand right now.
It's not.
You had in your hand earlier.
The thing he had there, Ian, was the attachment to keep his vacuum cleaner hose attached to the vacuum cleaner. That wasn't even a microphone stand. Welcome to this wonderful edition of ODDITS. I have no idea what it's called. Something about a journey. The journey of the journey. Does anyone remember what it's called? Anyway, welcome, everybody and viewer. Just the one.
All 5 of you. Thanks so much.
No, these ones are our minders.
These 4 plus the one viewer makes 5.
Thank you guys.
I didn't bunk off maths that day, you know.
Thank you guys for coming. It's really.
Excuse me? You're not good silly again, are you?
No.
What? Carry on. Ian's in a silly mood tonight.
Everyone's in the silly. So the journey. I'm going to go straight in, Terry.
What kind of introduction is that? The journey, Terry.
1, 2, 3, go.
Don't stop believing.
Oh, you've only had a couple of weeks to think of that one. You could have done better than that.
The journey, yeah, I just want, you know, it's such a, it's an not vague, but an open-ended title to our ODDITS today, and it can be seen in so many different ways. So my thinking may be a part of it as, whose journey are you on in the car? Are you on the coach's journey? Or are you, as the teacher, inviting the learner along to your journey?
I'm going to make property later.
Sadly, never listens.
Jesus.
So that's what I was thinking about. You know, do we invite them on our journey, or do we allow ourselves to be invited onto their journey? Just call me Buddha.
You told me.
Dalai Lama. Take your pick.
You told me off for trying to rub your belly once.
That wasn't my belly, that's why.
Yeah, that's just bragging. Anyway, but
look at the ceiling, Finn. Look at the ceiling.
Look, you're going to make Penny choke on her dinner. And that bit was hot as well. So, but I agree, because there are times where we do have our journey. As in most driving instructors, we have our syllabus and we need to cover it. But going on our journey or their journey is a really difficult thing. Sometimes people believe they're staying on the client's journey, and sometimes it may not be the case. Ian?
Hello.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Do you want a refill?
Yes, please.
Should we not ask Phil first if he wants another one? Never mind.
Oh, what are your thoughts, Ian?
Well, I mean, you two intelligent people are thinking about the journey you take from whatever. I was thinking about journeys we go on as drivers.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point of all of this. It's all sorts of journeys, all sorts of people, all sorts of opinions, all sorts of differences.
Licorice.
Yes, all sorts of licorice. The journey of the journey, then, is what we're on today.
No,
Not journey.
I just think a journey can be anything, can't it? 1 step or 1,000 miles.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, fine. We'll call you Buddha now, all right?
Oh, hang on. There's one.
Hell.
I've got another one. And the
Go on.
longest journey starts with the smallest step.
Yeah, but that's like a written down Buddha. That's not one that like came out of your head. That's why
Well, I
your
had to
one
remember it,
is.
so I not even get half a point for remembering it.
I need
Yeah,
a
but it's got,
bowl. I need a bowl. Really pukey around here. So
no, you're Buddha. No, you're Buddha. No, you're Buddha. Right.
journey. So
Happy Marjorie.
it could be. So what you're talking about, I think, Ian, is first lesson to independence kind of journeys, but
Yeah.
it's individual journey choices.
Wait. I know exactly what you mean by first lesson to independence. And I'd have said it that way as well. But when you said it, in my head, I went, can't the first lesson be independence as well?
Yes.
Good, thanks. Move on.
So independent first lesson to independent independence.
Yeah. That's a bit better, I think. Yeah,
It does sound a bit like the conscious competence model, doesn't it?
it does a little bit, but we're going to keep it because it like makes us sound a bit clever.
So I like what you're getting there, where you're going with that. I do.
Better on journey. Boom, boom. Sorry.
Journey choices in lessons, and then making less, their syllabus or your syllabus. But then I think the journey's after as well. And we can, as much as we can, with all of the numptiness that we've already done, it would be nice if we could carry on and get some sort of structure. So independence on the first lesson then. How's that going to happen, Uncle Terry?
Yeah, Ian.
Yeah, Ian.
Quite quickly. You're going to be selective in what you want them, or you're going to agree small steps to start the longest journey.
Brilliant. So it's what you said before. It's the micro step is still the start of the, So it's not set as,
It doesn't matter how small that step is to us, to the people we're teaching. It's a massive leap for mankind.
How do you make sure the step is a manageable step for them?
Well, that's collaboration, isn't it?
Yep.
It's not our decision.
So this is where you guys were talking about the journey on their agenda rather than ours, isn't it? Their journey.
Well, there's another agenda in the car as well, isn't there? The safety agenda. And as long as it's safe, hey, let them have a go. As long as you're confident that you can keep it safe. And if you're not confident about keeping it safe, why are you there in the first place?
Absolutely.
That reminds me of a conversation I had with a PDI this week. No, what day is it today? What day is it today? Tuesday. Huh?
Monday.
Is
Monday.
it?
Oh, it must have been last week then.
Where did he
go? I know. He called me up and said, I had a really bad lesson today. I said, why? He said, because she didn't learn anything. So for her first lesson. My first question was, how do you know that? And there was silence for about 10 seconds. He went, I don't. So you're doing your assuming thing again that you normally do? Yes. Did she go away happy? Yes. Did she book another lesson? Yes. Did you ask her what she learned? No. What have you learned today?
So did you ask him what he learned? Yes. That was
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So it's not just the learner journey then. It's also the journey.
We're all on a journey, innit? we is all of us each on the journey, and we is all of us, all 5 of us, I'm stuck counting again, all 8 of us here, was 3 out. Wow. All 8 of us here are on the journey, whether it's a personal journey, a work journey, a goal journey, whatever journey. And in car, you have your journey, as in the teacher. The student has their journey. And I think the really good guys that do the really good jobs are the ones that align the journeys as closely together as they can.
Can you explain what you mean, please?
Not really, but I'll try.
So don't say clever things if you can't explain it.
I don't think that was a clever thing, but thank you anyway. Let's try and explain it. So let's go to the other extreme, right? Let's go to where the journeys are like miles apart. So an ADI has a journey that they want the learner to go on. And they force the learner to go on their journey because they know that that journey they've already picked out for them, it gives them the best chance of passing the test. Based on previous journeys they've had with other students who have all taken the same journey. That, I think, is the least valuable. Look how careful I am, my words. Look how careful I am. The least valuable way of helping someone drive, for instance. But I think if your journey is aligned with the person you're teaching's journey, that becomes a much more valuable experience, and you will produce a Wagyu steak, grade 5 Wagyu steak, where if your journeys are wide apart, you'll just McDonald's cheeseburger.
Okay. Is there a corn version of that, please?
Oh, corn. So I said corn, sorry.
No.
No, because corn's disgusting. What's wrong with you?
Vegetarian.
Well, you can imagine, all right? Just imagine eating the best bit of corn you can, but multiply that by 300 million.
Okay. Okay.
Just saying.
Unless you don't eat meat. So
okay, let's change it then. Change it then.
yeah.
The journeys are wide apart. You're on different journeys, but trying to head for the same finishing point. But your journeys are wide apart. That's like watching the school play. When you align your journeys, heading for the same point. Ian's gone into about alcohol. Same point, and your journeys are aligned and they're on the same path, then that's like Goodfellas.
Okay. Ian,
Yes.
can you stop Terry talking?
Yeah.
Does anyone else just not get what he's doing? What?
I had a flash of inspiration.
Clever. And I totally get it. Today he's just saying words.
I had a flash of inspiration.
Yeah. Can you inspire the rest of us?
Hopefully, though I'm not guaranteeing anything.
The
Instead of different journeys, think of the different vehicles you could be taking.
Oh God.
Think about those rush hour journeys we've all made on a crowded bus.
Sorry, my internet seems to be
He started it.
Yep. Now we're in different vehicles.
Well, yeah, but we're still on a journey in different vehicles. Are we in the crowded bus that everybody else is in? with the suspicious stamp patches on seats and floors and things. Are we in our own individual vehicle?
Claire's had enough. She's gone.
I know. That's what I was thinking. She's off to make the tea.
For a lie down in a dark room.
Because it's right. Because you two are speaking in such metaphors and you're just not making it clear. Anyone agree with me?
Over to you then, Fiona. You
Right.
clear up our muddledness.
Well, yeah, but journey
Go
choices
for it.
and lessons. I think they're talking about journey choices and lessons. And it can be really disjointed sometimes if we go from this thing to that thing. Is that what you meant, Terry, when you were talking a minute? No? Oh, God. So if I don't understand it, do you get it, Vicky?
I think I get it.
Go on, Vicky, go.
I'm thinking two people sat next to each other playing the piano. If we're not both, behave yourself. If we both don't know what tune we're playing, it sounds dreadful. But if we're both working together, then it sounds tuneful.
Like a symphony.
Yeah, that's what you meant, wouldn't it?
Yeah, school play. Goodfellas.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll mute myself, Fiona.
No. I'm glad he made sense to somebody. School play. What's Goodfellas? A film?
This is why you're having problems, because you don't know what Goodfellas is. And if you don't know what Goodfellas is, serves you bloody right.
Well, it's a pizza, isn't it?
Don't you start, Lavelle.
Right. Thank you, Vicky. Right, we're going back on track of the track that we don't even know what journey we're on.
If I'd have said school playing Shawshank, you'd have been all right, yeah?
Yes, Shawshank, I got that.
Okay, so school play Shawshank. There you go.
Okay.
Over to you, Taylor.
Yeah, I was thinking. Right. So are we talking journeys or route planning? And what's the difference? Because we've got the journey that we go on. Terry, you were talking about the journey. Oh, we and you haven't spoken for a while. You make sense of this.
I think, yeah, if you go on a journey, you've got to choose the type of journey you go on and the way you achieve it.
Right. So we're going back to the first lesson. So the journey, would somebody say, am I off then? Because some people would call the journey the goal then. Because some people would liken goals and journeys to being the same thing. So the goal of the session is to do the journey. Therefore, that becomes do you see what I mean? So there's all sorts of things all linked up. But let's go back to that. The early sessions then. The journeys, are they journeys or do other people do different things? I'm thinking of what I hear a lot of instructors talk about is, I'll take you to a practice route, da, 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 da. So there's a journey there. Whose journey or whose choices are those journey choices? Is that what you were talking about, Terry, when you were saying about things? Because we were talking about this stuff, but sometimes the learner has very little choice in where they go to start with. Would you agree?
Yeah, exactly. Why don't they have a choice? Why do they have very little choice?
Well, I would have said it's pressure on us to do. For me, why did I do it that way when I first started? Because it's what I was told to do.
Exactly, yeah.
Know your nursery roots.
Yeah.
And you still see it on, I've got a learner in a new area. What are the nursery routes in? So, whose journey is it then? Whose choices and who's being listened to?
Well, part of it is Ian's journey about safety journey.
Yeah.
But I don't how many of us ask our students, which roundabouts do you want to practice, or is there anywhere particularly you want to do a parallel park, or which park arc do you want to go to do your bay? You know?
Park. It reminds me of my mum and her multi-curry park store. Still cracks me up.
You know, so
just,
yeah, kind of. In answer to your question, Fiona, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Because there are times where on a first lesson, I've done the journey is one junction, or the journey is to the lamppost. That's the first bit of journey, and it's independent. So, how about then on this journey? Do you want to get to that lamppost and stop without stalling? Sounds good.
One of my most bizarre first lesson journeys was understanding everything before they use it. That was 2 hours of all the straws being grasped.
Wow.
But we got there in the end. Well, second lesson, we then had to demonstrate the understanding by doing it.
Do you mean the windscreen wipers?
Anything they could demonstrate. But that was like, oh, that was it. That was the pupil I had when I started doing my BTEC 4, and they were really good for me BTEC 4 because traditional just wasn't cutting the mustard with her.
No. So her barrier then, just so that we're all clear, what was the barrier for her?
I think it was our learning style and preferences. She was reluctant to have a go at anything unless she understood the minutiae of what she was doing.
Yeah. I've had.
Did you just speak Latin?
Yeah, mini guy. Yeah, it's got 2 eyes at the end of us.
You just speak Latin?
Yeah. It's fine. We understood it.
Fine. Is Buddha for a reason?
I've never touched his.
I don't like margarine.
Oh,
oh, come on, that was worth a smile.
But it took me a while. It took me a while, that one.
I can't believe it's not Buddha.
We almost went like 2 minutes being adults then.
No. I was just thinking of the brand Anchor.
Was there another letter in front of that, was there?
Yes. What a pack of lures.
Oh dear. Oh, God.
I did have someone very similar.
It was an anchor as well.
No, but that understanding, and I've had a few people actually that their journey had to be adapted because it was the unpredictability of situations that predicted our journey on that session. So I had to invent some random little game in that moment to really help that person. So their journey was to do a repeat. It was a block of right turns. It was just right turn major to minor and then right turn out of a T junction. It was like 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning just because we needed it quiet. I can't remember. It was something like this. I remember his name. Wish me happy birthday this year.
It's a strange name.
Yeah, no. It was a really good bloke. But it was the unpredictability. Do I need to stop? Do I need second gear? Will it roll in second gear? Will I need to suddenly need to put the clutch down, put it into first gear? Will I need the handbrake? And it was the unpredictability that was preventing him from doing more interesting kind of routes. And once I understood that that was what was preventing his journey from going on to more interesting places, because I couldn't see an issue, but the issue, the barrier on his journey was I can't predict it and I don't know if I know what to do. So I had to fake it. And I said, all right, when you're doing the right turns, major to minor, there's loads of cars coming, but they're imaginary cars. So I'll tell you how many cars are coming as you approach, and I'll say, first one's just gone past, second one's just gone past. After the third one, you'll be able to go. And then he could manage it. And I made it really predictable, really easy to start with. And then after a while, I changed it. The T junctions that he got to were imaginary traffic lights. Oh, they're on red. Oh, they're still on red. And it was really predictable because I'd do it nice and slow. So now red and amber. They're still on red and amber. Oh, they're green now. Just going green. So he could do it. And then by the end of it, we were coming up to the imaginary traffic lights. And it was a nice open junction, so you could see. So it wasn't compromising anything. But I'd say red, red, and amber, green. Just when he was in the middle of his process, just to show him that he could manage it. So do you see what I mean? Sometimes you really need to listen to where someone's at on their journey. You totally need to listen to what that journey is for a person, just because we have our understanding of it. I've gone off on one again. I'm sorry.
It's a good one, though. It's good. I like that one.
Because we need to understand the journey. So, of course, again, as Ian usually reminds us, it's all about the communication and that kind of equal thing that we need to have in the car. We need that trust. They need to be able to say to us, yeah, but I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I don't get that bit and I'm a bit worried about it and blah, blah, blah. And it's up to us to ask the questions and just help them chill a bit. But that journey was a bit weird. I wonder what people thought. That one passed his test 3 weeks or a month later. That's what I mean. It was really bizarre. His little hiccup on his journey to being independent was believing that he couldn't manage it when it became unpredictable.
I got a question for you both.
Go on then.
Thinking about the journey, how do we bring context to the learning regarding the journey? Would you say?
Ian?
I knew I was getting thrown under the bus, and the bus was on a journey, and that journey had a timetable, and it was a packed bus, and I've got.
Was it a silly bus?
Yeah, it was a very silly bus. What was the question again, Terry? Sorry, I was making cheap humour there.
How do you know, like, how do you bring context to the learning regarding the journey, would you say?
I don't even understand the questions. Why I said
Well,
you.
Oh,
The
okay.
context is the way that you've got to the end of the lesson, isn't it? the journey to get to the end of the lesson, the context has to be in what you've done and how that fits in with what they'll eventually do.
Can you explain?
what?
Can you explain
Well,
the question differently?
thinking about these people who needed to know everything before they drove, at the end of the lesson, they were further along their journey, but I felt like I was still in the car park looking for my key.
Mm-hmm.
How did we put that into context the next time? We agreed, okay, there might have been a bit of bullying going on from me because I couldn't do another 2 hours of talking about everything and making it up and hoping I was in the same ballpark. But we agreed that they would have to demonstrate the practical understanding as well as the theoretical understanding towards the end of the lesson of anything they chose to do.
Okay.
I don't know if that answers your question because I didn't understand the question to start
That's
with.
because the question wasn't very good. I understood everything you said, Ian, but that's not a question I asked. But I get everything you said, and obviously I agree with it. Let me ask it a better way. Let me ask a better question. No, I can't think of another way of asking it.
How would you answer your own question?
Well,
Yes,
that's what I was going to do.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to say, like, something that I make, well, something I still do it with PDIs, to bring context to their drive, to their learning, in terms of the journey. And I'm sure lots of people do this too. I think it's important to mention it. Is, where are you going to drive when you've passed? So then how does that driving behavior you just did, how will that affect your journey to go and pick up your girlfriend who lives in the next town? How will that decision affect your journey back to take your girlfriend home safely at night? What if on that journey you behaved like that and the girlfriend told her dad? How does that behavior on the journey affect that? That's what I meant, like being in context of the journey in terms of where will they drive when they've passed their test? Where do they?
I think I'm probably the only one on screen who doesn't recognize the question you asked originally, and the answer you gave there has been the same thing.
Because he had so long to think about it.
That's why it was such a bad question. See, I did on purpose to show how much bad questions are bad.
Sorry. Something in me throat there.
How unhelpful bad questions can be.
Sorry, it's this nasty cough of mine.
Yeah. So there you go. Did it on purpose just to show it. But that's what I meant about bringing context to the learning in regard to the journey.
This is something I used to really get into. I say used to because I really don't do learners anymore. I do miss them, but those kind of journeys, the ones to work or to NANS or to I'm going to be going to, and I still get asked to do those journeys with people. But they'll occasionally come back. I need to go to the other side of London. Do you fancy a day trip? And I think they're brilliant ones because people still see the value of extending. And this can be people who've passed their test a long time ago, but their journey was their part of their journey was just this, and then they wanted to expand later. So meeting the minimum standard. I really like the the type of sessions that really explore that stuff bigger, though. You know, those kind of sessions where you really do go, sometimes does anyone else, I mean, I don't think I should say this out loud. Did anyone else ever wonder if what you're doing is okay in terms of the bigger picture, because it's so far removed from what the typical normal is, that we don't know if what we're doing, although we're keeping safe and we're doing what our customer journey really suggests we should be doing. Has anyone ever doubted that it's okay? Penny, do you know what I mean? Yeah, thank you. I had a feeling you would, because sometimes it just seems a little bit, thank you, Vicky. It just seems a little bit, left field of the norm. And I used to worry about that a lot. Like knocking on the door and say, oh, yeah, go on, Vicky. Have you lost your button?
I lost my button. Can I just clarify a bit of what Terry was saying? And actually, it is something that the last one you guys did. I was left with a couple of quandaries about how pupils might respond to those questions, because I must admit, like, if you ask me that question about how does this driving behaviour fit in with how you're going to drive post-test when you've got your licence, etc., I wouldn't have a Scooby-Doo what that meant. And a little bit like the one in the last audits that you did, where I think, Fiona, we were talking about, like, my question usually is, what might you expect around this corner? You phrased it in a different way, but the way you phrased it, I just couldn't make sense of in my head. So then I find that I'm reverting back to old questions because I don't understand the new ones, and I don't like the old ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm really struggling with, like, because I find sometimes I can ask something that in my head makes sense, and I'll get my pupil looking at me like I've just spoken to them in Russian. And I'm like, I don't understand why you don't understand that question.
Well, communication was going wrong in the early part of this.
Yeah.
Completely, because everyone was a little bit at odds.
Yeah, but I just don't know, like, what when you've asked those questions before, what sort of answers might you have received?
Which thing are you talking about?
If I go with this one that Terry's just said about how would that driving behaviour that you've just demonstrated fit with your future journeys?
I don't know, Vicky. I don't know what they're going to say. That's the whole point, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah,
I just don't know that they would understand what I meant if I asked them.
Vicky, here we go.
Go on.
Vicky, you're a learner, right? You're in role. You're a learner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Imagine, right? This is 5 years from now. You're on the way to work. Where do you work? No,
in 5 years' time.
5 years' time, yeah. You're a learner. You're a learner. In 5 years' time, where do you work?
McDonald's.
Where?
I'm setting my aspirations high.
Yeah, you are.
In inner city Southampton. Let's go there.
Excellent. What sort of things what time will you be going to work?
Oh no, I've shot myself in the foot. What time do they start at McDonald's? I don't know. I'd have to be there for breakfast. So about 6:30 in the morning.
Right, there you go. What sort of things would be happening? It's that. You just put it down. So what we're doing here is we're asking a bigger picture. But then you just say, yeah, but what about this? What could you expect there? Are you have another snooze person?
Yeah.
Have you got kids? If so, if you've got young kids, have you just had a poonami? How will a poonami affect your journey? This is when you know your pupil and you ask the question specific to that person.
Yeah.
You dig into their life and you drip feed tiny ones. Is that the sort of thing you meant, Terry? Or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, Vicky, when you're struggling, don't do them all at once, because you have a brain the speed of a machine gun. So it's just this one. Oh, and anything else, and anything else, and anything else. Those kind of things.
Okay.
Give people time to think, because imagining you had a problem imagining yourself as a learner, where will you be working? You were as imaginative as McDonald's.
Yeah. Yeah, but my brain went to the Maldives, but I couldn't drive there.
But it could be international driving, as in on holiday. How do you see what I mean? You can agree with it. You can be led by where they go with it. It's those journeys. I mean, what a brilliant thing to discuss.
Oh, well, after you and I did our mind mapping thing, I took it to one of my pupils and she was talking about driving to Greece. So we spent quite, a good 20 odd minutes, her mind mapping, all the sorts of things that she would come across if she was driving over to Greece. Perfect. So I did roll with it.
So, oh, there you go. There's your phrase. Start the question.
Yeah.
And then what was your phrase just then?
Roll with it.
Thank you.
Cool.
And I will add, Vicky, not specifically for you, just for everyone. Sorry, the 3 people watching here and 1 person watching the recorded. If they don't give you the answer to questions like this that you were expecting or hoping for, don't go into, oh no, you won't do that. Don't go into defensive, oh, they don't know the answer, I better tell them how to behave. Just be interested and ask them for more and more and more.
Roll with it.
Roll with it. I love the Beatles.
I had someone else, but I don't know who it is.
You just say, I had someone else, I don't know who it is.
Had someone else in my head.
Oh, sorry.
Well, so think.
You had your ceiling thing again then, sorry.
Okay. Shout out some of the things that you can talk about. This is just random, but we've had spectacular weather today. Would you agree? For us in our part of the country, it's been brilliant sunshine, t-shirts, and then all of a sudden, absolutely pelting down. Has anyone had it where you're in the middle of a field somewhere and you look?
Has anyone had it in the middle of a field? Is that what you just said?
You're walking along in the middle of the field and you can see ahead of you a wall of rain coming towards you, and you know you can't outrun it. Has anyone, or is it just me? Oh, for goodness sake.
Don't remember that happening, but just you, Fiona.
Really? Really?
Let's go with just you. Carry on.
All right. Well, there's no point if no one else. There's just no point. You do get flash floods and sudden pockets of rain. Has anyone been driving on a motorway and they have that sign saying patchy fog, and you go, I can't see any fog. Rub it. So, when you talk about those things, what can you anticipate around the bend? You just talk about those things. Other people can see rain coming to you. Guys don't get out enough. Get out your cars. How many distractions do most of our learners have during their sessions, apart from me and my randomness? I'm good at preparing them for driving after, because I am a distraction and rather random. But we help them. We help them just by being there, don't we? It creates an environment. Is there a natural journey that we ever take with our new drivers? Is it a natural journey?
I hope so.
So
rather a premeditated one, you mean?
No, I think there is an element of premeditated.
Okay.
So when I go out and I sit in someone else's car, they have dual controls, do they? I think I've got a point. If we're talking about journeys. What I'm thinking of here is that when our learners go out on their own, they really need to understand what that's going to be like, which is part of the journey that we're talking about. And it's, we manage distractions. We always do. We can't help it. If the radio suddenly turns itself on or something gets random, we help out, don't we?
Mm.
Just a reaction. I don't know. I just think our presence does all sorts of things. Do we necessarily recognize the thrill seeker drivers that get in our cars?
Yeah, we normally judge them, don't we?
Well, because some of us might have not come across that way. Some of us are really good people pleasers, but when we got out in the car on our own, I don't know. I just think there's all sorts of things about the journey thing that we can't really control. We are a behavioural control. What happens if they start to go over a speed limit? What happens in the car? So there's all sorts of things that we influence just by our presence as part of the journey. Right, Ian, you haven't spoken for ages.
I know, I'm pondering when you talked about our influence, the thing that came into my head was that scene in Airplane with the co-pilot where he got a puncture and disappeared.
Is that wishful?
Well, no, it was my visualization of what you were saying. How do we affect the drive when we're there, and how can we affect it less? And that was just an example that came into my head about it. And it's really difficult to affect it less because we are there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's when you get messages off pupils saying, I approached X roundabout today and looked to me left and you weren't there, and thought, oh shit, I'm on my own.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's exactly it.
Mm.
The section of Airplane movie that I thought of was the singer.
The singing nun,
Yeah.
where she pulls out the IV.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the drinking problem.
Yeah, where he couldn't hit his mouth. Excuse me.
That's
Look
it.
at the time, Fiona.
I know. It's so long, this one. So long.
These half hours get longer and longer, don't they?
Well, mostly because we spend the first 15 minutes talking drivel.
Just the first 15 minutes.
Well, it felt like all of it, a whole lot. We are perceived behavioural controls. I don't know whether we carry on with this or link it in with the next one. I don't know where we go with this.
You don't know where your journey's taken you?
No, because I've got two people who are accompanying me, helping.
An interesting me, you said helping there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Did it show on my face?
Just a massive amount.
We need to think about their journey, our journey, and how to help that. But I also think there are things we can't get away from. So part of the journey is the fact that we are there and we hinder normal. We hinder normal for them. Their journey, they need to start thinking about what it will be like. And I really believe that we should be starting to ask people questions about how they are going to cope. Because it is hard.
Absolutely.
I found out the other day that using a mobile phone gives you a dopamine hit. No wonder people are addicted to them. It's a
Scrolling gives you a dopamine hit.
What?
You mean scrolling?
The scrolling and the need to
Yeah.
scroll and open and check the messages, and if
Yeah.
people are in there checking it out. It's a proper dopamine. And then it's like caffeine, where you just need to get the same amount before you get to feel normal. So yeah, I think this is, I mean, it's a massive subject. And we all, it's really problematic. I don't know that there are any solutions. But again, it's doing that. Vicky, are you okay with where we were going with the couple of questions you brought up? Because I don't like it when you hover in your little.
It's permanent. There's always one of them going on.
Yeah. You need to do your own mind map.
Oh, don't, honestly. Very quickly, in the interest of not holding you guys up, can I just take you back to that first lesson where you, because I do some of what you were saying about, you know, giving them choice of like which roundabout should we go and work on, and all of that. But first lesson, I don't tend to. So are you thinking along the lines of, you know, I know Fiona, in one of them, you said give them a choice of which seat they're going to get in that day. So if they're living in a particularly windy, narrow cul-de-sac with loads of parked cars and loads of things that they're not going to be able to see on that first lesson, would you open up that choice to them and hope that they say, oh, no, drive me somewhere first? Or would you let them have a go?
I've been riding a moped for 3 years.
Okay. Now you've lost me.
Well, if the person who's getting in your car...
okay. If they've got that experience, then yeah, right, got you.
So this is all that contracting thing. Contract is Terry's word, I think, about making sure that you're not going to die.
Yeah.
So you don't want to die. But this is where we need to respect the decisions of the person. You know, it really doesn't feel they can do it. But if it's, how much of that, how far are you going to go, Vicky? Because if it's get round that car there and stop.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Yeah, I'm with you.
So how much of a journey is a journey?
Because that could be enough for them to go, I don't want to go any further. Can you take me somewhere? Got you. Thank you.
Sorry, Terry, that was probably your one.
No, no.
Probably spoke.
We don't have ours. We are we.
That's
we are we. Think about that. Let's not put that on the
We're gonna edit that bit out.
Well, yeah, of something that I don't edit. I wonder if anyone, if I did edit it, it would be about 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
So
right, next one is when? 2 weeks, couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, we didn't
do a date, did we?
We usually do it before.
Yeah,
we didn't today. Sorry, it's usually 2 weeks. So I'll put it in. I'll put it out there. Message one of us, because we'll eventually be able to work out when it is. And if you can't find it, then just message one of us personally. You'll find out. Okay. I think that's it, isn't it? Thanks, everybody.
You got any workshops coming up, Fiona?
Oh, yeah. Wednesday. Mind mapping, funnily enough, Vicky.
Yeah, this Wednesday.
Mind mapping coming. Yeah, day after tomorrow.
3rd of September, you mean?
Yeah. My big one, Beyond the Test, starts October. And I'm also doing, if you want to get on my mailing list, I've just sent out a cheap offer. So if you want to get on my mailing list, you can have the cheap offer for that. Cheaper. Get on my mailing list, contact me if you want the mailing list. Beyond the Test is it's a unique course, but it's about us bringing up our skills from the bottom up and not the top down, for when it's gone wrong after tests, crashes, speeding tickets, motorway tickets, and all the rest of it. So then the next two, the 8th of October for that one. Message me if you want any more information. There will be other dates, and you can do foundation. So that's just module 1 and the first week after. Terry, you got any?
Yeah, blood. Next Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yes, Thursday, 11th
Oh, mine's
September.
Thursday. Sorry. Thank you, Terry. Next Thursday, the 11th.
I won't mention mine then. If yours is the same date.
No. Mine's this coming Thursday, but in a couple. I keep thinking it's Wednesday, and it's not. It's Thursday.
I won't mention mine then.
Thursday isn't the 11th though. It's only the 1st today.
Not this Thursday. Next Thursday.
Good. So talk about it.
That's different to yours, yeah?
Yes.
Good. Thank you. Thursdays is a really good one. People have been on this one going, oh my God, never thought of it. Anyway, so it's how we help people fail driving tests.
Oh, I love that one.
It's it's what we do during the lessons. It's what with the language we use. It's the emphasis we put on stuff, and it's all about kind of stuff we talked about today a little bit, and making the syllabus about them and how we can prepare them better as well for tests. Give a few tips to help deal with kind of nerves and things. But I'm not a believer that they fail because they're nervous. And I think those brain farts they have on test, where you've never done that before. Why did you do that on your test for the first time ever? I think that has a lot to do with what we do rather than them. So that's what that one's about. And then the next games workshop is on. I've got to find things. I can't remember. My memory's not good enough to remember. Wednesday, 24th of September, Games Workshop. These are both 6 in the evening, by the way. We just go through some games that I've been using for years and years. There's 10, 11 games that I've used, and they work. Want to improve mirrors, you want to improve planning, you want to improve observations, help with stalling. There are games-based fun activities that I've used for years and years, so I know they work. So I just list them off. We look a little bit about the science behind it as well, about dopamine hit as well, Fiona. So we look at that. And in October, we have start October, where it's a whole month course every Monday morning, 9 till 10:30. And we look at different aspects. This isn't for PDIs really. This is for the ADI that kind of knows they should be doing better or can do better or wants to do better. And this goes a bit deeper into the skills that we need into delivering lessons and helping our students. And so the idea is you come to session Monday morning, we work on stuff and I'll give you some tips, stuff. And all that week you practice what we've been gone through, and there's WhatsApp support. And then next Monday we do something else and go all through the month. So you get month support as well. And it's me. It's going to be constant support anyway, whenever you want it in the future. Just ask Vicky. So yeah, that's a good one. And very small amount. Only 8 people out on that one. I want a small bunch of ADIs. So it makes it easier to work with you and give you the time that you need. So Fiona said, my name's on Facebook. It's my name. Find me if you're interested. Message me, and we can have a chat.
There's never any pressure when you chat with any one of us guys. If you just want to find out more, it is that. It's just find out more. You don't get the hard. I can't do the hard sell.
No one likes a hard sell anyway.
No.
But we don't do it.
Nope. So that's it. Ian, what have
Hello.
you got coming up?
Why wouldn't you like to know?
Are we on that airplane movie again?
No comment. No comment. I have got something planned for November.
Oh, good.
It's a classroom day.
Ooh.
Mm.
In the north?
Well, yes, that's where people understand me. By the seaside.
Oh, lovely. A day with Ian. Is there anything better in life?
Well, there's going to be I'm still throwing together what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be based around first aid, believe it or not.
Good grief. Oh, yeah. Well, that's in line with what's going on. So, yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah, well done, you.
When I figure out something, I'll broadcast it here.
Yes. Well, that'd be good. Anyway.
But only because I get bullied by certain people who I can't name.
Don't be nasty to Terry. He's supporting you.
All right.
Anyway.
I'll remember that.
Thank you, Vicky, Penny, Nikki, Stephen. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Well, don't you mean it, Ian?
Thank
I don't get Felice doesn't mean it.
Thank you for the other bit. The first bit.
Thank you, Sadda, for your brief joining us.
Absolutely. Well, she might have fallen off the internet, or she might have just been like the rest of us, like, can you just talk the proper stuff, not this other stuff? We a couple of weeks. We're hoping. Don't know what day. It will be around the same time because I think that's just convenient for a lot of people. Thank you, everyone. If you care to strike a pose, I shall cease recording. Terry, you're a